Hello, I'm Erwan. I'm a PhD student with Professor Sharon Dixon from the Biomechanics Research Group and Professor Alan Barker from JERC. My thesis is titled Measures of Robustness in Academy Rugby Union Players, and this is part of an ongoing collaboration between the University of Exeter and the Exeter Chiefs Rugby Club. So in this video I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what my project is all about. So for anyone who doesn't know, Exeter Chiefs are a professional rugby club who compete in the English Premiership, which is the highest tier of professional rugby union in England. But my project is mainly concerned with academy players. So there are lots of different academies tied to professional clubs in England, and these academies use age grade pathways. So for example, you have under 16s and under 18 teams. The main aim of these academies are to help young players develop into professional players by hopefully gaining a professional contract at the age of 18 and then eventually playing for the first team. So we know that as players progress through this system, there's quite a big increase in the physical demands that are placed on them, both during training and games, because you're basically competing against bigger, faster, stronger athletes. So players need to be able to tolerate those demands, but also be able to consistently train enough to actually become good enough to get selected to play at the higher levels. So things like, barriers like injuries obviously pose a threat to this development. So some of the questions I'll be answering in this project will be around defining what robustness actually means. So can we look at a player and measure how robust he is and put a number to it? And then if we can successfully do that, can we highlight which factors actually influence how robust that player is? So at the moment, the working definition we're going with for player robustness is someone who has high availability to play and train, but whilst also being resilient to physical problems like injury. So here's a quick breakdown of what my project will look like. It will be split into 4 main studies. For the first one, I'll be doing some injury surveillance work to see what kind of injuries these players are exposed to during a typical season. This will give us an idea of how robust they are. And then alongside this, I'll be monitoring how much workload they undergo throughout the season. Workload is a term that refers to how much training and playing the players do. The third study will be looking at how these players perform across a load of different strength and biomechanics tests. The idea here is to profile the players to see how strong they are and see what their movement patterns are like, since these things are considered what we call modifiable risk factors. So basically things that we might be able to manipulate through training programs. The final study will look to tie all these things together and explore the associations between these factors and robustness. This will help highlight which factors might be most important to target within training in order to increase a player's robustness and ultimately help them develop through the academy pathway. Feel free to send me an email if you've got any questions about this project or if you'd like to learn more about some of the methods I'll be using. Thank you for listening.